Hi, I'm Patrick Reed from the Adamus Principle. Lots of charts for you today, but let's just start rather with making sense of macro, and let's just go through some of these bullets. So the first one, UK macro back as the Bank of England, VILJ, votes for cuts. Obviously, this was in the FT over the weekend. UK GDP, a horror show, probably saw that way before everyone else. And, trying to manage market expectations. OIS increased the possibility of a rate cut. And, CPI in the UK, not great, really. The other thing, US removed China, Switzerland back in, China out. This is all part of the phase 1 agreement, and the ink has dried. On that note, dollar CNH tanking, and as risk gets supported, I mean, risk currencies, especially in EM, were firmer. Phase 1 done, obviously, the 15th. Phase 2 is key. Now, there's a slight difference of opinion. Trump a little bit more upbeat than the China counterpart, but that's pretty much normal, sticking to the script. US jobs headline missed, but wages 0.2 lower. That was half an eyebrow raised. Slight concern, so just keep an eye on that. And US CPI still on a march, right? PCE is the metric preferred by the Fed. However, that said, US CPI, if it continues like this, if the rate of change continues, then we might be talking a verbal on neutral. That might be enough for the dollar to get lifted. So let's just go into the first chart today. Okay, our old friend Eurodollar. Yeah, pretty much chopping above and below some key Bollinger Bands, but we are in a real chop fest. I would tip my hat to the broad dollar. I mean, a lot of those dollars, there's a lot of bearish, but there's a recent David Bloom from HSBC citing a bullish dollar purely on carry or yields. It's very difficult to call the dollar, but at the moment, I would just say potentially 111.88 would be the cap. 112.15, the real line in the sand now. But let's just see what happens. Next chart. Okay, this is dollar yen. This is probably an outstanding performer, especially in the last week. A perfect mix, because when dollar was supported and we had risk on, yields were rallying, equities higher on an island, much higher, exactly playing, adding the accelerant to the fuel for dollar yen. 109.50 broke, stayed above, closed above. 110, 20s, 30s, 40s, just having a real go. And there's some clear water there until 114, 114.50. So just keep an eye on this. You do not want to be shorting this. That's just our opinion. You don't want to be shorting this with this current price action. And the next chart. Okay, for those liquidity providers, just have a look at this. This from Metafuse. Just some fills and decays, really showing the appetite for dollar yen, and the time delta in milliseconds there on both charts. And the next chart. Okay, obviously we talked about equities on a march, and finally, this just goes to show every chart tells 1,000 words. That's me, Adamus Principle. I hope these charts are helpful, and please do watch that risk.